Oh, it's time. Oh. No, that's lame. That's terrible. Why is it still on sustain? This is not a slight. This is not a slight. Call it a slight to Mega 64. It's not a slight. Probably should have checked the emails first. Oh, alright. What's up, no. That's Fish with Lime. That's Linus. That's Beepers and Dino Cop. That's Nyanners. That's old Nyanners. And then that's Ecto and Tobbs. And that's just here to free your eyeballs. I don't know. I didn't want to set up all the stupid windows. I was gonna do it in reverse order. But by reverse order, I would blah blah blah. Well, let's get the morning done then. Uh-oh.
Oh, the playlist that I usually play stuff on, I don't know, I'm not listening to my own music because my earphone's disconnected.
Good morning. Chatbots are empathetic and I was gonna say, oh, on this fine Sunday, just La Dia del Sol, as we all sit here and we're supposed to do our little religion day and all that. For some reason, though, for some reason, they call it Sunday. Why would they call it Sunday of all days? Like, I can appreciate that. Oh, you need the separation between church and state, and oh, you know, Old English, whatever. Call it the Sunday, the day of the sun.
Okay,
right,
guys.
anyways,
so what we want?
Want to go on that tangent? That's your business.
2 eggs.
As usual, I'm not reading chat. I hate all of you.
Butter, which I'm actually going to remove the what is it called? I'm going to boil water so that we can put it in here and then melt it. We're going to strain.
I like feel the ideas like leaving my brain already. This whole thing is so slow.
Use in. We're gonna put this bowl.
Hundreds of people wrote in, so
fridge.
Not thousands, but
I'm making
hundreds.
a crepe.
Just fine.
I'm gonna put the butter in here.
Live with hundreds. All right, this is a lot of wall of text. I'm scrolling past all of that.
But we'll put it on the side right now.
Did you report on the troop movements? Okay, you didn't. So, all right. So yeah, I saw 200. I was like, wait a minute. There's more than 200.
We measure our stuff.
What is it?
Here, I
Cost
don't
of living,
know if we even
rent.
need the sugar. But I have 2
Well, we're not here to do that quite yet. We're here to
sugar?
figure out. I'm gonna bother.
Which it looks like that they used cane sugar.
This is a shit podcast. Yeah.
And we also have this bowl of goodies. Our little weighing stuff. Why is there rum? Because it's not a cake if it's not lit. We're trying to get lit here. No, I'm just kidding. That's part of the recipe, guys. Though it says optional, I thought it would have been nice because they included rum in the recipe. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do it exactly how they did it. So
yeah,
I'm going
sounds
to
probably
use
too loud, though. I'll lower that.
And we're going to be using dark rum.
I like the chatter next door, but I'm busy. Shut up.
Dark rum, guys.
Caribbean Pearl, Superior Dark Rum. Never heard of it. I've never heard of that. All right, muted. Do 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 do. Yeah, I was gonna hijack your theme music, but that's for later. Like, you want to push podcasts? Look, you think I'm like getting super annoying on Twitter? Then what am I supposed to do? I'm trying here. I'm trying. I got a big old list of topics, and then for me, I'm like, it's still just slow. And then you're gonna get your information in a less concise format. You see, now you don't have the 300 message. You don't have the ability to use any shorthand, short speak nonsense. And then now we got to process all this data. We're just working backwards again. So be it. We're working backwards. I got my reasons to do my thing. You got your reasons to do your thing. Logic remains the same. Your AI should be able to filter out all of this into this were the topics of interest to you. If you're using, I don't want to like. I was, instead of using the images, I was gonna like generate like a GIF by hand. Like, here, we'll get to that because that just gets to, yeah. Why? That's what the COD testing is for. What's your take on this current media moment with very fraught relationships between media organizations and people with money? The LA Times, the Washington Post. Okay, well, I like that. I'll just get to that, and then I'm gonna just ping that because, like I said, there's no requirement, there's no discussion. I'm simply using the technology. And in the age of AI, you should have filters for all of this. Your take on current C audio. And push our own, yeah, because for the curious investor, whoever, they need to know that there is such means out here for that. So I'll answer the question. I'd first flip the script to say that it's been more concerning to see a lot of the producers being the actors. So I think that in their own altruism, they've like created their own cannibalization, and that's been a huge disconnect. I think beyond that, I think for people with money, there a lot of I feel like a lot of in the past it was an endeavor to the point that it's the same thing. King commissions a concerto or whatever. I don't actually know the history, so it's the same idea here. If you're censoring the media like to madness, then I can't tell the personal story about how I nailed that broad, or how just I like destroyed the living daylights out of that one family business so that my family empire could take over. No one knows this stuff, and you don't even let me write it, and then all this stuff. And then you have a big issue with licensing. I think that right now, yeah, I'm staring right at you, broadcast media, because you know as well as I do that the biggest pains for all the AI is not how, it's getting the damn license. So you got a lot of very realistic barriers where even if I like won the lottery, I'd be like, why would I make a movie about it out of all things? And on top of the fact that tech did their part, you want to tell me like the gating factor was all this, all the cameras cost 4,000. Oh, we gotta do all the prints and stuff. Like I said, half of it is just a bunch of stupid red tape. The other half of it is maybe the tech equipment, and then you take both of those and bring them down 25% because the other half is just marketing. Now, but this is a question of financials. This isn't a question. Is this a question of for profit? Is this a question of like say what is it? Because if you're talking for profit, people with money doesn't apply. So I'm not even like reading your response because I don't have to. Bezos, he's not working at Amazon anymore. Like, no matter what his decision is, unless Jazzy just rolls right over, it's still Jazzy's call. Oh, they're kissing. Oh, that's very lewd. I don't know. I didn't. AG1 oil, vitamin D. Bake yummy brownies. Play, but can I fill an hour? That's why I was like, why? Why bother having any structure or format? You know, I kind of talk fast when I care to talk, so we can get through most of the topics pretty much like that. I don't even know if I'll take up an hour. You pre-show, you know, I was gonna do all this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll publish this on YouTube. All right, well, looks like enough to me. I got something. So you've earned your place in the inbox. Alrighty. So what are the topics? The cost of living. Oh, I closed it, didn't I? And then MSN's gonna up. Oh no, it's still here. It's not here anymore. No. Wall Street Journal reported it. Sounds good. What's that? O-Y-U-R. No. T. Got it. Screw you, I'm dealing with delay. You try playing piano when the audio still has like 50 milliseconds like lag on it. I need some kind of like music or something. Well, I was gonna imitate the two-person banter at some point. I don't know if I could do that. Like, what's the cost of living? Yeah, the cost of I don't listen to podcasts, even if you know go to work. I do talk radio. Is that Man Cow or is that not Man Cow? Because I think we could all agree that the movie kind of killed Man Cow, right? I didn't watch it. But man, did I see? I do have eyes on Siren Chat feed, but please, yeah, you know, why? Get all of you out there, singe you. Blocked me out. Yeah, dude. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, the cost. Oh, Wall Street Journal reports that the White House is looking for a cost of living. So I was like, oh, call to arms. Maybe they're the dispatch and we're the superheroes. Whoa! It's an Air Force shows up at the career fair. It's all the same shit. If I were to see, it's like let's say you lowered rent. What would they do with it? Right? They would just spend it more. Like I could give them all the tips in the world on how to like buy no food, or you know just get that like in check. But what do they like? Who and what do they do with it? I've seen very like real what appears to be like struggle retirees in Costco. Like you could tell like. First of all, they're not the ones that are particularly responsible, but you can just tell from their like shopping carts, which I've been doing that habit now. Just I judge people not by their dress or looks, I judge them by their shopping carts. So, I mean, judge is a loose word here. Again, eyeballs are just flying all over the place. I'm just trying to get through the damn building. But let's say you lowered the cost of goods. Does that lower the cost? Like, what if their data is bad? So, yeah, there's a couple. You could do the tips and tricks. So I thought you're already pushing all those stupid nomads on TV. You could push like a new like health pyramid. Now you're not gonna like any of these ideas, Mr. White House, because you know you're not gonna like you hoity-toity motherfuckers. Like anything I say, you're gonna have to be like, oh, I gotta do it my own way because you know, oh, that's a clever idea, but I'm the one in charge. So I'm gonna take your idea and like turn it a couple turns, and then that way it's our own idea. I'm like, okay, that's great. You can go ahead and do that. Now, when you don't post results, though, right, you've given me even more ammunition. You should have just knocked me out of the park early, and you could have done that too. Of course, like I said. All of this discussion at this little town hall meeting of yours, all of this is still, well, you know, I'll have to look into the specifics first, But if you want me to give you like rough talk nonsense, so you could run an ad, you could fix the health pyramid. I think you could push the way. I think that there's a bunch of skeptic people that still like refuse to touch Soylent or whatever because, you know, soy boy shit, which you don't have the money to prove. So not that you would ever have the money to prove. We'll get to that. Hopefully, I don't know how long has it been. 15 minutes now. Look at that. Just on the stupid morning stuff, and I want to say I could get it all done in an hour. Well, we don't know that. I can just blast right through all that. So that I was gonna say ChatGPT. I want to say generate. Now let's skip around a bit. So I'd say the whey protein that, but past all that, it's rent. Now rent we can't do anything about because, like I explained to you, the value of the land is the value. You can't lower that without tanking just the entirety of the U.S.'s value. So yeah, you're kind of getting gamed. So I'm thinking in my head, like, how do I like convince you to lower your cost of living in a way that supports globalization? Like seriously, like what am I supposed to say? Like oh, you need to get your people to like chop down their own trees and craft their own wood bullshit again. Like no. And then you create an enemy out of everyone working in globalization. So no. So I think this Wall Street Journal news article is trying to not report on the Marjorie Taylor Greene cover while it's the same thing. Just stare at the knife, balance away as the like I told you 280%. My Congress people want to say 260%, or was it California? California wants to say 260%. Now, California, like how could that be possible? The only possible explanation would be that you have way more doctors than any other state, or at least doctor students. And then you so you could say that, just know that. Then we get into all sorts of that, whatever that 1 degree is that's supposed to be for the middle of nowhere. But you know that like experience comes down. I told you about my ER experiences, so you know, get more doctors. I don't care. It means your filters are shit probably. So yeah, it's like you could say all this stuff. Just know that when you live, you die. When you know you're probably not up. Even if you were up there, just I still recall, right? Trump caught COVID pre-vaccine. This is how this man operates. So keep that in mind. That you know, despite I read something. I don't know why it popped up. I read the bit about Obama just went there and drank the Flint water to prove that it was safe. I thought to myself, you see, so basically Trump is still copying Obama. We just don't know about the shit Obama did. I would recount the Freeman small town part where the hero doesn't do anything besides small things. And it's still like the biggest deal in the world. And it really is, because to them it's like you know, like what hero is gonna change all the we're ranting. So just know that presidents can only do that much. White Houses, they can make an ad. Again, they can't like, so we can that can segue into the Call of Duty, which is like, so you created this argument that you could even argue that I'm part of the guild, right? That you are emphasizing, China is emphasizing, which I'll remind you is because all they have to change in the files is that America patch to a China patch, and then everyone can sell. So yeah, I have the wiki. I'm gonna look into the Black Ops 7 wiki, because if it's Shanghai team, right, then it's like, okay, fine. Not really, right, because it's supposed to be American series. Just like, you know, since you guys shitified it. I'd say from Modern Warfare. I think you gave up at Modern Warfare, right? You were clearly going places with Infinite Warfare, but then you went back to Modern Warfare, and I think from there you're going to start seeing the generalization trend. But yeah, past that, you can't wage wars on companies without, you know, literally companies taking money from you, 10%, and then you can't just like flip the script on cities, because again, it's like, you are vastly outnumbered when it comes to you want to fuck with people's salaries, like the ones that don't care whether they are killing other families or not. So again, I'm being dramatic about this as far as I'm aware. I don't know what malice has been targeted towards me to end me up in the hot water that lies me here with podcast 00 or, you know, Ray shit, but I do know is that I'm probably not seeing any of those people anytime soon. And if I do, I prove my point. So, another lovely morning. And Conan needs a friend. Wait, hold on. I can't URL. Wait, so what key is this? It's D. No, I don't have a D. Oh, what's that? So if I hold U and I press N, which I guess segues right into the testing thing. So yeah, I think your AI community, or rather the stupid project managers that are the only ones that can justify paying for the $200 a month pro subscription in their company's pre-tax, in their company's pre-tax fees for R&D. Those guys. So, you know, they're not appreciating the reality of testing, which is that no simulation can speed up the clock, and it looks like your little DirectX software is leaking memory. So I wasn't recording. I'm just streaming. Again, that's this. You should have tested all of this. Very obviously, Call of Duty is a game intended to be streamed, but it looks like a time thing. I don't know if anyone else has it. Like, I'm running triple monitors, and then I'm running like at least 2 streams. But again, this is all other people's games running fine. I don't know what you're doing. It could just be that, like, you know, because I'm in the one co-op, I'm just gonna tell you, right? My first suspicion would be memory leak, whatever it is. So that's a fantastic. Let's say it is a memory leak, right? Because that's the point here. So you're not gonna be able to ask the AI whether this is leaking memory or not, because it can't even like FPGA simulate that in its head before it figures out that, like, this is a problem it doesn't know, since it can't see the clock. Now, a project manager, I just said a bunch of shit that they have no idea what, but the project manager is in charge, right? So, am I dumbing down my speech in a fashion so that the project manager can actually understand, all the while deadlines are being pushed and she needs or he, again, I mean, like, hey, I'm just, so that she's just sitting there. I'm gonna say she. You know, in my experience and what I've witnessed, you enter the STEM job, that's where you're gonna end up, because that's the job that takes the fall, and that's the job that's not that important. I don't make the rules, but there aren't enough of you to justify otherwise. It's not really my problem. So, the point here is that, so DirectX error, why is this like a time memory leak? Why is this like a time thing? Because problem is that you're gonna say we don't need to run a 2-hour test. We can run a 10 we can run a 10-minute test, use the AI to just extrapolate from that data and then accelerate it. I've said a bunch of gobbledygook that project manager can then hand off to whichever VP is pushing this project, or director, whatever you want to call it. Pay whoever deserves the money, you know, as is tradition, and then everyone gets their go. But then, you know, it's not real, is the point, right? You've gotten your like times 12 speed up. You've proven the exponential that you said you'd prove when you're getting your $200 a month. And most importantly, your salary isn't impacted by it, rather it grows. So you think that it's not real. Of course, it's not real, right? Accountants do go the other way, that if they find a young person that can get your $200 a month fees for 10, you're out the door. Not that fast, but, you know, once it's up to the differences in salary, yeah, it's that fast. At least it should be, thanks to your own AI. And I'm not here to, like I said, we're trying to get this to its end culmination, to get you work that's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of time, by the way. I've seen very, very good project managers, and I've seen people that really want to kill projects. So the second you walk into that door, there are politics involved. politics at every level, at the family's level, at the because I succeeded and you failed, my family's going to get to meet these people and your family isn't. Now, again, is it real? It's not. Because, like I said, you're going to have Stewies or Seamuses, and then no one notices the Seamuses. China. Every single East Asian in the stupid rat race. Again, what's your name? Do 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 do. How is this not the exact same thing as reverse engineering, staring at Valve's stupid fucking PCB, okay? It's the same dumb nonsense. You just whining. No, yeah, that's it. No, that's not it. That might be it. Whatever. So, no luck there. You'll have to figure it out yourself. Sorry. Now, being made digitally, they don't have to follow scales anymore. They could do 439 hertz. So, what do I think? So, if you're an investor, I believe the company is called Teradyne, but they make test equipment, like high-speed test equipment. And speed is very important here. Speed is definitely a point that I've made, but like some point is that you can't simulate a faster clock. You can't simulate a faster clock, which means you can't speed up the test, okay? You can't speed up the test, so you need to allocate the same amount of testing. You're under the assumption that this amount of testing was even good enough to begin with. As I look back on mine, as I recall, I got my like work done in like, you know, like as defined, like a functional code base that was there, that was delivered in like a month or two. But then, you know, 6 to 9 months. Like I said, so I'm the one with time to kill. So obviously this software is shit, and I need to beef it up. I'm the one that's just sitting there constantly, just literally, like the second I'm clocked in, I'm just running this day and night, going through like everything. So in that time, oh, I see this, I catch this, blah blah blah. Even on release, all sorts of crazy bugs. Number one mistake was stayed in the office building. I did not like use my brain to like think that, oh, this is going to be deployed in the real world, and I've only been using bench tools. Now, is that fair? Not really. Just having been in a I'm going to call it the white factory, I don't feel particularly comfortable running around, and like, you know, it was a process. So that's why I was like, for me, I was like, I'm not terribly surprised that I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay. Screw this. Why? Why would I? What fight am I gonna win here? For who? And why am I even here? Like you clearly none of you people know me or my desires, any of this. So I was just like, all right, whatever. You want to have your little hoitier than thou place? Well, here we all are in 2025 and Trump's president again, so I don't see you celebrating about the Moab as much no more. I don't know, though, because, again, you can stay in your quarter, I can stay in my quarter, we could all live perfectly functional lives. The planet's so stupid. So, yeah, what do you want to do, then? You want to start, like, raiding our land for resources? Because that's always an option, but you know as well as I do, that doesn't stop them from wanting their damn Porsche. Staring at which VTuber am I staring? Is that Beeper? No, it's not Beepers. Yeah, which one said that they don't care about cars, but they want the Porsche? Greedy fuckers. Crash the Porsche. That's not true, by the way. She probably just wants a stupid SUV. And we're at the half-hour point, and I got plenty of content, so you're probably gonna run over an hour. All right, then all you people. Give me more data, give me more data, give me more. Again, you build an AI that sounds like me, you probably will live longer. That's the reality of this. Oh, that's Linus. That's beepers. Now, beepers should not be taking your eyes off the road, but it's really not that big of a deal. So I think that's what's happening with a lot of other things at a metaphysical level is that you've got it's a lockpicking lawyer thing again. It was written in a way not to explain to children, but in a way that would just like, overall encapsulate the idea. But then over time, people like didn't actually see the original idea for whatever reason. Could be tech, right? It could be like COVID, like wiping out modern society, which I don't think it has. I think it's changed a lot. I think that you pretty much look like when you're in Asia and wear a mask. It's not that people don't notice, they just don't look at you. But do they notice? Yeah. Is there gossip? Yeah. So I think you're naive to believe that, like, oh, I'd go to Asia and no one cares. Well, first of all, compared to America, you'd look at it as no one cares. But you white in Japan, like, you are already being, like, shoveled into a very specific container. So you may never know. You can't even, like, know because it's totally different. We're tangenting again. So let's get, so that's, we covered cost of living, COD the DirectX, because again, whatever it is, you obviously are still using DirectX because the bot will tell you just use DirectX. We did the morning first. And then I have in generic the anime review and sucks to suck, because I don't know, just to try and round it all out. But if we stop here, then we're at the half-hour point. We're actually got a lot of time, so that's my point. So ff7 tifa run. So I'm in ChatGPT for no apparent reason, but you're right, we should do Claude, because I searched ff7 rum. I didn't see anything. I did see an ff14 rum. Let's do it again. F7 rum. I'll go to shopping. Yeah, I could have all this on the screen, but yeah, I don't. There's nothing. All right. Wait, that's search, not shopping. And then for some reason, when it's a quarter, the thing changes. Or I went to images then. I went to images. Cosmo Canyon cocktail, which assuming Facebook isn't doxing me. And then the ff7 ultimate okay, so blah blah blah. So I thought to myself, okay, so what can you use? I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and say write some flavored text. I'm using the term flavor text, yeah. ff7 tifa 7th heaven and rum product description. Enter. Here's some snappy flavor text you can use. Raise your glass like it's a call in Midgar. 7th Heaven rum blends smooth warmth with a rebellious kick, just the way Tifa would pour it. Then we gotta take this really awkward shot because, you know, whatever. Here, tweeters. Morning, Elon. Beep boop. Well, it's nice to see you not tweeting at 4 a.m. at least. Of course, you know, I'm sure he did, because I'm sure that's just a bot, because he has to show everyone that he owns the site, which is fine. A rich amber spirit, aged to perfection. It carries notes of honeyed oak, roasted spice, and a whisper of danger from the slums below the plate. Whether you're toasting victories, plotting heists, or unwinding after a boss fight, this rum, so it just reads this rum, I'm the one that's emphasizing it twice, you'll never see this, hits with the comforting burn of home and the fire of a fighter who never backs down. Strong, steady, unmistakably 7th heaven. So you do shit like that. Again, it's like I'd love to know what Sakana or like whoever used before, right? It's all right. I mean, this is like, all right. So let's dig into it a bit, right? So I see smooth, right, and I didn't like steady at the steady is definitely a stretch of the vocabulary. That's neon. That's ecto. That's a fish. Is that, what is that? Cocoa powder? It's a chocolate, right? 20-layer chocolate crepe. Because, you know, just why not? I don't know. I had the milfu, and I had it. I think we had it twice now in two different locations. And then, as I recall, the lady. I mean, I was pretty disappointed with the Lady M, the retail store. I'm just like, what? When I went, it was like empty because you know it's no longer a pop up. So who cares? Now, I would say that all of the fears were realized. Whatever I tasted, it was not worth whatever amount of like investment or effort was put into it. That's just I'm gonna do some jingle because I'm worried that your brain is getting away from me. Fuck you, Conan editor. Take that. Sue me. You don't own notes. Uh-oh, they own notes, don't they? They know how to get all this copyrighted. Ah, shit. Public broadcast. Public broadcast. I think Palantir would argue otherwise in terms of the $0 I'm making from this. Someone's paying you to do it. I'm like, all right, well, can you prove? Can you prove it? Can you show me who, for what reasons, and why? Because I'm the one still at. So you know, they still don't want to hire me. What's the difference? I still don't want to do their shit work and like go visit all those stupid factories in China for them to be like, oh yes, what I see with my eyeballs must suggest that it's perfectly fine. They can't just like build a set. Moron. No, as far as I've seen, it's all we. I haven't had any direct problems. They've just been as stupid as they usually are. Just look, this is what you wrote down. We added 10 extra steps to make sure we gave you exactly what you wrote down. Okay, so it's literally getting back to lockpick. Like, you know, I was like, we are familiar with how the process results, but you wrote down this. Yes, if you had told us that in greater detail in Chinese, sure, but since, like I said, you wrote down this, we came to deliver. It's just like it's always the same stupid shit. And they want to say like they're like trying to jip us or something. They're gonna activate their like sleeper cells and then like hit all of our factory sources at once. And then everyone's gonna die. And then my kids can't go to school. But okay then, okay, talent. Like okay, you're posting nothing, zero. The reason no one cares is because you are of no functional use in their life. Okay. So not me, Conan. Every time. Okay, so let's try quiche. We have whole step, half, and then I see 5. Or just a third. I don't know how you're right. 5 halves. So let's do 6. It's just easy. It's 6 I 0 P. No, 6. No. 6 I 9 0. You don't want to do that. So let's assume that T is the actual key, which is it's a G. It's not. It's not the actual key. So, it might be. It might be. G is the actual key. So then you want to do 1 5, which is D. So let's say D is the new base, which would be just doing 5 4 3 1. So if I'm looking at this from my eyeballs, I believe I don't remember any of this shit. What is it? F sharp? CXS? Ha! Alright, So that was your ff7 tifa ROM. Call of Duty. Yeah, who made this crap? Call of Duty is a first-person shooter military video game series. I mean, I don't want to use Grokkapedia, and you and I both know 0.1 isn't real. It's just out. I'm not going to give you flack, because, again, the expectations have just dramatically dropped. Like, I was more than happy with you just, like, going back to the Model S and saying, fuck everyone. Now, wasn't Raven Software the one that Donkey, like, didn't like? Or I gotta go pee. Pee break. I can't run any. I don't care to run anything, so yeah, it's fine. Just play music in your head or something. I'll be back. And we're back. Thanks to our sponsor, Square Enix. Square Enix says, "Screw you, Activision." This is a caffeinated podcast as of now. I mean, your warning label says 90 minutes. I know that's not true, but I know lots of things. id Software. Why is id Software here? Raven Software is founded originally a 3-person company. Co-founder of id Software collaborated with Raven to make games using their game engine, beginning with Shadowcaster. Okay. Company was independent until 1997 was acquired by Activision. Okay. Activision did not renew the contract of several members of the quality. Oh, this one's important. In December 2021, they did not review the contract of several members of the quality assurance. Again, does this have any business being in a Wikipedia? Not really. Like, you need like a new thing that's like company timeline, the website, maybe, and then that gets distilled. But it's whatever. On March 8th, so then you moved around a bunch of them. Oh, I see Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Joined Raven and Blizzard's unionizations to form the union. Oh, so they unionized. So yeah, that certainly doesn't help with your quality assurance. Quality assurance. Where's that from? Quality. That's it. That's all. And then you Call of Duty 2011 to present, and you don't even have anything on Black Ops 7. Is how buried. Is this an example of everyone's assuming the AI knows everything, so then everyone stops updating Wikipedia? Because I'll bet. Just, yeah, that looks odd. Well, let the internet be as it. Don't touch it. All right, I'll bet all of this campaign looks like paragraphs, probably written by AI. I'll read the first one. In June 2035, 10 years... Yeah, if I cared to speak better, I'd start with listening to these recordings. So I don't know who cares to listen to this crap. In June 2035, 10 years after JSOC Commander David Section Mason Milo Ventimiglia stopped a plot by the terrorist organization Cordis DA to hack the United States drone fleet, and neutralize its leader Raul Menendez, Jesse Corti. A video of Menendez surfaces online, which claims that the 2025 attacks were just the beginning, and then he plans to take his next steps in 3 days. In response, the Guild, a technological conglomerate, that was like a 10-year skip, right? In 2035, 10 years, yeah. Oh, okay. So you had a bunch of, okay, blah, whatever. The Guild, a technological conglomerate led by its CEO, Emma Kagan, just Kiernan Shipka, no idea, vows to defend humanity. Doubting their true intentions, Colonel Troy Marshall, Yuan Noel, again, no idea, deploys David and his unit, Spectre 1, which comprises fellow operatives Mike Harper, let's go Mike Harper, whoever Michael Rooker is. All right, I'm going to stop with that. Eric Samuels and Leilani Tupuola. Leilani 50-50 Tupuola. That's read 50-50 if it wasn't translated well. But you would have just been able to change the English to the Mediterranean city of Avalon, where the Guild is based, to investigate the matter. After infiltrating a laboratory, Spectre 1 is ambushed and exposed to a hallucinogenic toxin, causing them to experience vivid shared hallucinations. The team's survival is enabled by their cybernetic enhancements to their brains and bodies. As Spectre 1 attempts to escape the facility, they become trapped in a vision of Nicaragua, where David confronts an apparition of Menendez. During their escape, Spectre 1 recovers a quantum computer drive, then destroys a laboratory, causing the toxin to escape containment, contaminating Avalon and forcing a mass evacuation, leaving the Guild in control of the area. Dio. So, yeah, that sounds AI written. Actually, it doesn't. To me, it does not. This, if it's copying Wikipedia speak or just all the wiki speak, it actually sounds pretty nerd typing good. I think it's okay. Maybe a little lengthy though. I mean, there's only 3 paragraphs for the whole campaign, and this first paragraph is just on the first mission. So like, you're using the AI, you're just using the AI maybe for like power, like because again, everyone's bitching about AI. I'm not doing that. I don't know who is doing that. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that, like, or am I don't actually remember. Did I say that? But like, I have nothing wrong with people using AI if, you know, they can convince me it's not shit. So I think maybe this is, once again, you've had a 3-step action, but people are just jumping to the third, 1 to 3. So it's like, everyone's like really paranoid about making AI. Well, guess the people who are making AI are the ones that aren't super successful. So they're going to use the AI in a fashion that would appear as if it's not AI. Whatever justification they have in their brain. So if the justification is that I'm going to use the AI to write out the outline and then write it out myself, this is what this reads like. So, whatever. Because again, I'm the one still that I'll notice during this entire thing, United States really wasn't that important in this description. And you start, you start basing it on yourself. So then it doesn't get that far. Well, because then I started caring about the current events. So I don't know. Oh, they have zombies. Yeah, so I said the money's probably in the zombies. Even though that's been, like, who knows? I don't know. I still don't even know if this is the B team or not. I already found it. Raven Software, we said 2024. They clearly have a QA problem, so you should have gone into anyone that researched the game. Again, who the hell researches this? This is why you pay half in marketing and just don't let them return shit. Was the only other one to make history was 2077 with the Sony returns, which doesn't really mean much of anything because it's Sony. So if you remember Sony, then you have to understand that they're incredibly racist. They're 100%, it's for Japan, by Japan. Even, like, one article said that, like, Nintendo will never bother to, like, try and fight Sony because there is no Xbox market share in Japan, and Nintendo is still kiddie stuff, so the point here is that if Sony messes up No Man's Sky, but doesn't mess up Bloodborne, Sony will mess up 2077 and not care about Black Ops or selling their crap to Microsoft, because I don't actually know what they do. You know, like, what do they provide? I don't think that, like, they provided to Santa Monica the, like, direction and the, like, test requirements and quality assurance that got you to God of War, which it's, that there you go, done. So the bar seems incredibly low, but the ceiling is, like, way up there. And then you all want to be bitching about, oh, we're like hundreds of, like, video game makers, and for some reason no one likes our stuff. And then I'm like, okay, if you can't afford your standard of living, it's time for you to leave, okay? You're 3x, oh, because the studio is here, I have to live here in the age of, like, Skype webcams, when all you do is, like, generate foliage for the fucking map. No, alright? That's why. That's why people stop caring after a while, and your voice gets muddled in the end of all of it. What you don't realize is that when you do hear your voice, you're just the cover. You're the cover for all the crazy shit going down that people don't want to report on. Could be. I don't see any goodwill. You just go and like, all right, we're getting there. So we're almost at, you know, a lot of it's been ranting and blah. We going all over the place, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's my list. All right, I was gonna watch the Conan cheese it up part and see what they do. All right.
Jordan Slansky, a self-described expert on all things Italian, especially their food.
And then I can, yeah, I forgot, totally forgot. I was supposed to update all the text and shit.
So I decided to return the favor. Jordan?
And you should be able to see that change, right? So.
Now I show you.
There you go. Flash my cards.
Okay. Buongiorno.
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 Buongiorno. I love it.
Once I saw an ad where they brought an old man from Italy and they took him to Olive Garden and he took a taste of this food and he became emotional. My favorite dishes. I love shrimp. Much more to this Italian American.
Oh, so I'm supposed to touch the oily fucking shrimp? Oh, screw that.
You look at that commercial and that guy is overwhelmed with emotion. Right. Because he's having the best
bangs his
Italian
hands
food
and he
he's
waves
had
his
since
arms.
his mama
Because if
made him
you
the
don't do
linguine
that,
when
it's
he was
so
a bambino.
boring to watch.
Please tell this gentleman hello. We are looking very much forward to our meal today.
Buonasera, siamo molto felici di essere qua.
Wow.
Wow. That was great.
I do.
I mean, he looks Southeast Asian, right? He doesn't look Mexican to me. From Texas.
We do have an Italian margarita, yes.
Now, isn't margarita by definition a Mexican drink?
Excuse me. It's an Italian margarita. And it's quite clear to me, this is amazing, that the Mexicans stole the margarita from Italy. We would like to have 2 of your Italian margaritas, please.
I don't want an Italian margarita.
Excuse me.
Do it.
Italian margarita.
Am I allowed to speak and interact?
Listen, I'm here to teach you. I am the master. You're the student. I am Yoda.
Right.
And you
Like
are...
he says Italian,
really
isn't
Luke
it? Wouldn't it be
Skywalker. You're sort of like a
Italiano?
sickly
Like, they don't
Chewbacca.
even know Italian.
Here we have some fresh breadsticks.
Oh my God.
Two.
No, it comes included with every meal. For as long as you're here, we can keep on bringing the breadsticks to you.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as you're there.
They
So
are-
bring your iPads.
Man nipple.
Yeah, and bring your like P. John, whatever.
Would you like to try a bite?
No,
They're gonna make sure the toilet. They're gonna make sure that the bath restaurants are super disgusting, and they have their reasons for doing that.
fan of hard alcohol.
You know from the palm trees as well as was that press 1. Where are we now? We're at 5. That's close enough. So no, we gotta go to 0. Right arrow. No, we 0. Just go right at 0. Wait, no. That's Italy here. So at 3 arrows at 18, 20, 4 arrows. Palm trees. So palm trees. Where are you? Vegas? Fuck no. Come on. You're probably in California. This is California town. So everyone here. This is all you gotta apply all that with the little raise the TV bar that much.
But once I saw an ad where they brought an old man.
And just like so the bathrooms won't be nice in the middle of nowhere, okay? Like the staff won't be that skinny in the middle of nowhere. What it is just another set standard that's been, proliferated across. Now, is anybody checking all the places since technology's grown? Probably not, right? It's just like you got to go there and taste it. There is no tasto. You can't like ship the New York pizza and then want to know why you're like the whole place is shit. And I'm like, okay, well, you're not gonna want to know why, but I can tell you why.
Forward to our meal today.
Buonasera, siamo molto
I don't even
felici
know.
di
I don't know.
essere
I'm saying if Olive Garden does send a guy around to check everything, well, that's why it's not.
I do. I just speak
And there's nothing that AI's gonna ever do. Nothing Unbox gonna do is gonna change that, is there?
You have margaritas.
We do have an Italian margarita, yes.
Now,
Like, we can't even communicate with words, and you'll still trust them, right? You won't trust them though. I trust them they could use the words. I trust them they could copy the words that the previous guy said, and it's still not accurate. So what do I care?
We would like to have 2 of your Italian margaritas, please.
Oh yeah, now we're going backwards
said
again.
that before you ordered an Italian margarita.
I didn't order an Italian margarita.
If you check
And
the
all you
tape,
can eat, what do they
ordered
do?
an
They start
Italian
serving you
margarita.
slower. They
to
start
have
putting
2
more
of your
rice
Italian
on with the
margaritas,
fish.
please.
You know,
I,
it's
George
always the same
Flansky, would like
stuff.
to order an
If you know what you're going in
Italian
for. So
We
when
will
you're young,
have
when you're in
the
college,
steak
when
gorgonzola
for some
Alfredos.
stupid
Jordan,
reason
how
your
do you like
body
your
is like, I want to
medium
eat
rare?
everything,
Okay,
even
so
though I
we'll
don't
have
have
that
the
well
like, you know,
done.
and then I want to do all this
I
crap.
wanted to
Just
point
know
out
that,
there's
yeah,
a
when you get
grammatical
old, it's
error
basically
on the
just
menu. You have, written
everything
here
you're doing.
lasagna placido.
Just you can
In
only do
fact,
about
if I had
50% of it
lasagna
before your brain
placida,
knows
more
better, and
commonly
then
known as
because your
lasagna
brain knows better, you start
placente.
making like
Also
dumb
with your
excuses. Oh,
fettuccine
I'm
Alfredo, I
sore.
noticed that it's
Oh, I don't need to
includes
go
fresh
that
cream and garlic. Of course,
fast.
the original recipe from Rome is just butter and Parmigiano Reggiano. My question to you is the Parmesan cheese listed here an American Parmesan
It's not
cheese, or
actually.
in
Yeah,
fact,
he's
an
being
authentic
extremely
Parmesan?
wordy, right? He's just asking, is this legit Parmigiano Reggiano? But he's been raised with the whole polite bullshit. I mean, is this cut?
From the
Probably,
region
but
of Emilia-Romagna.
great.
Excuse me, is it James?
Yes.
If you'd like to
See,
stab him,
it's like that stuff. That's the professional. He doesn't know if it's James or not. He's not going to beat him up. He's not going to walk in with the blind confidence to say James. The correct action is to be like, "Excuse me, good sir. I forget your name. I am dumb. I am tall. I am at fault. Whatever you want to say so that you understand that it's nothing personal. It's James
be
Jameson.
my guest.
Sailor Jerry. Sailor Jerry rum for when you can't afford the Captain Morgan. Please try Sailor Jerry.
I feel that there is an excess
I don't
of
know.
heavy cream
Like it's
used
it.
in Italian American cooking.
Happy birthday, dear.
But this is the Chuck E. Cheese. This is the so Whistling Willie, I believe, is just a play on Chuck E. Cheese. I was not a Chuck E. Cheese person. I was a bowling arcade place, mainly because by the time Chuck E. Cheese was a thing, it was old. Like the building looks old, and that's probably white people land. And so you know, as my group was bowling alley arcade kids, because you know they don't know that it's not it's the same everywhere. Just look.
Wrong table. This table. Of all the places we visited in
All the
Italy,
cities
what
they want to
was
move
this
to, and they
most
can
reminded
never
of?
like dig into one particular city. That's why it's like, oh, so here you can see. So this shot at 408, he's already got the 3 Parmesans there, which are those Parmesan blocks? They look kind of bright, but it's just basically light. But like, so I think this was cut after the breadsticks part, because then he goes, no, there's another cut in between here. I'm just that deranged. What they call that? They call it the Hollywood old lady with the robes, and eventually you're retired and they stare at your face.
Lobatoni.
Yeah, is this my face? No. This is just silly Italian words as far as I'm aware.
Sticandambo.
Around here, definitely. Maybe the first 2 were real, right? But then he's just doing the comedy, just start mistranslating worse and worse and see who notices. Classic.
Will we care for cheese on any of the dishes?
Cheese it up.
Okay, just let me know when.
Cheese it up. That's the one I want. Let's get
Cheese on any
that.
of the dishes?
Cheese it up.
Okay, just let me know
But
when.
that's what you're gonna hear more of.
We care for cheese on any of the dishes?
Cheese it up.
Okay,
I don't know
just
why
let
I
me know
couldn't
when.
even explain it to you, but I'm now noticing this
Will we care for
one.
cheese on any of the dishes?
Cheese it up.
Cheese it up.
Okay, just let me know when.
Doesn't even look at it. Just says, just do it.
Cheese on mine.
But that's what I want from the AI. You know, like, just get it done. Stop asking me such stupid questions. Just get it done. Oh, we're out of time. Alrighty. Anime was that one. The Going Home Club. And piano practice we already did. Alright, there you go. Oh, well, I just got 2 minutes. Going Home Club. Health is first. I did have it on up to the Chronicles. I don't actually know it. The Kitakubu Katsudo Kiroku. Total garbage anime. It's just great filler for when you didn't have VTubers. Yeah. I'll grok to analyze that. Alright. T. It's not almost. I mean, I'm just wanting. It's not 30 yet. That's Linus. And what appears to be like a meta controller, because, you know.